Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Beards and Bitcoins. We are a crypto podcast for the man's man, and yes, the ladies that love him. I am your co-host, Jay Chains. Joined with me in the studio is my amigo BitBoy. We've got a fun episode today. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. Doing really good. And, today we're going to be talking about celebrities in crypto.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, we really had two routes with the show.
Yeah.
We either could talk about all the different celebrities, who have gotten into it or kind of on the fringe, ones that got in trouble, ones that have been, doing different promotional stuff. We could have talked about that. Or we go the other direction where we just talk about the biggest celebrity in crypto and we just make the whole episode about me.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. Which way should we go?
I think if we talked about you, it'd probably last about 2 minutes, and then we'd have to wrap it up.
Whoa. If I wrapped it up, I'd be way more than 2 minutes. Whoa, that was...
I caught that one.
I didn't know if anybody was going to catch that one. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about celebrities in crypto. I kid. I may be a Z-list crypto celebrity these days. But outside of that, we got people that are real celebrities.
Yeah.
That are coming to crypto. Very interesting. Some of it good, some of it bad. So we're going to be talking about that today. Hey, let's wax it. Today's show is brought to you in part by Blaze Network. This month, Blaze will be releasing their first app and their Uniswap Liquidity will be locked. You can find Blaze Network on CoinMarketCap and Coin Gecko. Blaze Network is equipped with a 2% burning mechanism on their 30K circulating supply. Find out more about Blaze Network at blazenetwork.info. All right, Jay. Well, you're my favorite celebrity.
Oh, what a guy.
You're famous. You're famous in my household, famous on the podcast, famous on my channel. Everybody loves him, some Jay Chains. But outside of the little crypto circle, people may not know you. But let's talk about some people that are known outside of crypto today.
Absolutely.
And their involvement. So who are we going to run down first? Who is the first person that really comes to your mind when you think about celebrities jumping into crypto?
Well, the first one I can think of, this is a more of a recent one, Dave Portnoy. If you're not familiar with who he is, he's the guy who founded Barstool Sports, recently sold it for $450 million, I believe.
He sold it?
Sold it for $450 million.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so dude is living large right now. And I don't know, one of the things they got on Barstool Sports is Call Her Daddy, the podcast. They do a bunch of things. But so this guy is turned into a day trader. And if you watch some of his videos, it's like the Davey Day Trader, whatever. He's got his big, long green hammer, his Thor hammer, and he's just blasting away. He's calling shots. You're seeing the markets move with him, right?
He's a boss, dude. I love that
He's
guy.
a boss. He's a boss. He does a great job. Now, recently, he put out a thing where he didn't know anything about crypto, and he had asked the Winklevoss twins to come over to his place. I love that he wanted them in the rowing outfits to explain Bitcoin.
Love that, man. And I did not know that he had sold Barstool Sports. That's really phenomenal. $450 million. I'm going to be honest with you. I think, I'm going to make a prediction. I think one day our podcast may be on Barstool Sports.
Ooh, nice.
Wouldn't you love a crypto and sports podcast on Barstool?
Whoever bought it, if you're listening, pick us up.
I don't curse enough. Maybe I should start cursing and just trading all of my morals and values to get on Barstool.
And just tell your children not to listen.
Yeah. But yeah, so I love Barstool Sports. I love Dave Portnoy. I love everything he's doing. But things he's been getting into crypto is getting a little dicey. He was talking about some pump and dumps.
And he's got the money to make things happen. And if he makes a call, all of his little followers are going to hop on board and do the same thing. And so, we recently saw a project that he jumped into, and he probably jumped out not too short after. And I know that some people on Twitter are calling him weak-handed. So we'll see. And that's why it brings up the point, like, celebrities, they got a lot of weight, right? They can pull a lot of clout and make things happen, but sometimes it's not always for the good.
Yeah, let's talk about somebody with a lot of weight who got into crypto. Another one, DJ Khaled.
Ooh, he got pinched, though, didn't he?
He got pinched, dude. DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather both got up in Centro, which basically turned out to be an exit scam. They took all of the ICO money. It was supposed to be a card, kind of like Crypto.com. They took all of the ICO money. They went and bought a bunch of, yachts, strippers, hookers, parties, the whole 9 yards, Lambos.
That sounds like fun.
Well, it's fun for them, but not fun for investors.
True. Okay.
Now, DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather did what we call a hard shill. Okay. Now, look, I do a lot of sponsored content on my own YouTube channel. A lot of sponsored content. Always say it's sponsored. Never done anything that wasn't disclosed. On the podcast, we have some sponsors, you know? And when we have sponsors on the podcast, they're disclosed. They're obvious sponsors. I think, to me, what a shill is when someone is taking advantage of their followers by talking about something that they have vested financial interest in, whether it be through a sponsorship or through, bags that they own, and they're not disclosing that part of it. And so they're trying to get all their followers to come jump onto that cryptocurrency or jump onto that crypto product or whatever it is for their own benefit that's not actually going to benefit their followers. So what Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled did were hard shills. Yeah. They shilled Centra pretending like it wasn't an ad. Pretending like, hey, I just got this new cool crypto card. Come get it. Not disclosing the fact that it was a straight up advertisement and they were paid to push that. And the SEC came down on them hard.
They got several $1 million fines, right?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hundreds of thousands? Okay.
They ended up paying more money in fines than they got paid for the advertisements.
Good thing is neither of the guys are hurting for money. So
yeah, but it makes you wonder, why would those guys do that?
Well, maybe it was part of their camp or their team that got them involved in it, and they didn't really know what they were doing. Like it was, the whole thing. Do your research. If you're going to get involved with something, if you're going to shill something, know what you're shilling.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is one problem with celebrities jumping into crypto for advertising or promotional activities is they don't really know what they're in.
Yeah, I know. Another one, probably a little bit lesser known, Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
You know him from the 70s show, a bunch of other stuff that he's done on TV. He was early. I think 2014, he was talking about Ethereum. So, he was early into the game as far as some celebrities go, which, that's cool. I was looking at a list. I mean, obviously Mike Tyson, he's been in the game. Jamie Foxx has been in the game. The Game's been in the game.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Game theory.
So apparently the Game owns a marijuana dispensary in Cali.
Shocking.
Yeah, right. And so, and he's on at some point he was on the advisory board for Paragon.
Ooh, that turned out to be a scam.
Yeah.
That turned out to be a scam. The woman behind that also turned out to be a scammer, and I think she was a model. She was a celebrity.
Jess Versteeg, right?
What's her name?
Is it Jess Versteeg?
Yes. Yeah. So she turned out, I think she was a model or something, and she ended up getting into crypto, and I think that project exit scammed or...
I'm looking at a picture of her right now. Not hard on the eyes.
Well, let me see if I can look her up. What's the name? Jessica Versteeg?
Jess, Jess, and then Versteeg.
Oh, Versteeg. Yeah.
So we talked about DJ Khaled. Nas has been in. Gwyneth Paltrow. I never knew that.
Yeah, I knew Gwyneth Paltrow.
So she was Bitcoin-based wallet startup Abra.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
During Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, she's not bad. Here, Jessica Versteeg is smoking a joint. Look at that. Wow. Smoking a joint.
Mel B. Spice Girl Mel B.
Yeah.
What was she in?
I can't remember. I remember.
She was the first musician to accept Bitcoin as payment for her music in 2013. Yep. Oh, who's that other artist? Where she was like, she could have gotten like
50 Cent.
No, it was a younger young female. She could have gotten paid like 50,000 Bitcoin to do a concert like back in 2013, which would be worth like billions now.
I'm not sure, but I mean, we know 50 Cent was had taken money for album sales through Bitcoin, and he was worth like $50 million in Bitcoin during the bull run, and then he came out and said, "No, actually, that's not true." Attention, IRS, that is not true. That did not happen.
What was Ian Balina's thing? He lost it in Evernote. He got hacked.
Yeah, well, he was on. Now look, Ian Balina is a friend of mine.
Right, he's with TOKENMETRICS. He's with TOKENMETRICS. I love Ian Balina. He gets a really, really, really bad rap because, I mean, he was involved in the ICO craze, But he was picking.
He made a
winners.
lot of people so much money, but when the market turned, he didn't pivot fast enough with the market.
Right.
And so he, just like the rest of us, none of us did. None of us pivoted fast enough. I was just fortunate at the time not to be super, big, when it came to content creation, so nobody was listening to me. Now, I believe during the next run, I'm going to be one of the first people that cashes out. And I'm going to be one of the first people telling my people, hey, it's time to get out. Because I know the crash will come again.
Yeah.
Probably
it's
next
a market
year.
cycle. That's just
it's
how
a market
it goes.
cycle, But I don't think Ian pivoted fast enough on that, and so he was still pushing ICOs when people were losing money, and that came back on him, and he doesn't have the same kind of influence now that he used to have. However, he's doing TOKENMETRICS, which I think is going to be one of the biggest products in the next bull run. Mm-hmm. So many people are going to make money. He basically took what his mindset and thinking in ICO research and then applied that to just all crypto. and is a, TokenMetrics is killer. If you guys want to check out TokenMetrics, you can do that at TokenMetrics.BEARDS.LIVE. Get a subscription. It really works. But yeah, so Ian Balina was doing a live stream, and he had his Evernote open, and somebody saw one of his passwords because of the live stream, and they went and hacked him live on air, and I think he lost $1 million.
Yep.
And some people say it was a big scam, and he was doing it for tax purposes and yada yada yada. I don't know. I mean, I don't know his personal business, but I do know that I was one of those people that like I believed all the memes, like when you're seeing all the memes about about Ian Balina and Roger Ver and that all these are bad people and all this stuff. You come into the crypto culture, you kind of just accept that stuff. But I've learned since that like, wait, no, you actually like when you get to know some of these guys. You learn that a lot of stuff that's out there about them is just not true.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's a great community to be in, especially I think we're in a Telegram group with a lot of like the bigger names.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's, it's some of these people like, you get right now, not too many people get a chance to meet face to face, but, back last year when everyone was going to conferences still and stuff, it's just great to finally meet some of these guys that, you see their videos and you hear people talking trash about them. But when you get to meet them in person, they're like, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
Or a good lady. I mean, obviously there's some women in crypto too.
Well, there's like a good lady or two.
Wendo, we love you.
But there's some other good ones though. I'm kidding, of course. But, and I think that's the thing about really any place in life. Like you meet people and you realize that they're just people. Like, guess what? I make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes in crypto. I know you made a lot of mistakes in crypto.
Thanks.
One of my biggest mistakes was hooking up with you. You
hooked up with me?
Hooking up with you, Jay.
Dang.
Okay. I mean, for the podcast. Outside the podcast, hooking up, me and you, it's been great. Oh, crap. We're putting our personal business out here. Okay. But in all seriousness, though, I mean, you meet, everybody's got positives and negatives. Mm-hmm. Everybody's done great things. Everybody's made mistakes. And this goes for you. If you're listening, this is you in your regular life, too. Like you meet people at work or wherever it might be. Nobody's perfect. And unfortunately, when you're a content creator or a celebrity, like we're looking at DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather and stuff they did, like you're just out in the public eye more. And so your mistakes are magnified. And meanwhile, the good things you do, tiny. I'm sure DJ Khaled's I bet he's got a foundation. I bet he helps kids that don't have money. I bet Floyd Mayweather does it too. I mean, didn't Floyd Mayweather partner with Derek Zoolander for the school
for kids who can't read good and want to learn good things?
I think so. I think Floyd Mayweather's in on that. That was a joke, but 50 Cent made fun of Floyd Mayweather for not being able to read, apparently. But the whole thing is that's a great example of what I just did. Like, we took something we know about Floyd Mayweather, people say he can't read or whatever, and we made fun of him. He's in the public eye. People know this about him. Everything's magnified so big, but at the end of the day, people are just people.
People are just people. I remember it was probably in my middle teenage years is that actually sank in about my parents, right?
Oh, man. When you realize your parents are just regular people,
they're just regular people. You're like, oh, wow. Like, there was just two people. They got together, got married, had a couple kids, and here I am.
Yeah.
It was just one of those weird moments inside your head when you like realize that your parents are just people just like you.
And it's crazy when you make that realization about celebrities too. Like, okay, so let's just keep it real here. I do not consider myself to be a celebrity. Okay, I think it's for me to say that would be like really.
We've always said it's like being the smallest collector at the Beanie Babies convention.
Yeah, most popular collector at Beanie Babies convention. However, my life has changed dramatically in the last 6 months because of TikTok. Mm-hmm. So I've got 2.5 million followers there, and the only place I've ever been recognized for being in crypto is playing poker. People have noticed me at the poker table before because there's a big carryover there in gambling. But I get kids that recognize me out all the time. They want to come take pictures with me. Like I was in South Dakota, and my son said, "Daddy, this person inside the restaurant recognizes you, and they're coming out to take a picture with you right now."
That's funny.
And I said, "What? Like what?" Well, it was because we were at Mount Rushmore. We were in a little town. I can't remember.
It was over the 4th of July, right?
Over the 4th of July, yeah. We were not at the Donald Trump thing, but we were there while it was going on. We did we went on a family trip out of Wyoming. So we're sitting at a restaurant inside the little town right outside Mount Rushmore, and there's a glass window, and I didn't see any of this, but we're waiting outside for a table, and my son watched this whole thing. Watched a kid he was about 13 years old, had his cell phone, and he looks down and he starts pointing, and he shows it to his friend. His friend looks up at me, shakes his head. They hand it to their dad. Their dad looks at it. Their dad looks up at me and goes, "That's him." And then at that point, the kid takes his phone, talks to his dad, and starts coming out. And before he even opens the door, my kid goes, "Daddy, somebody's coming outside to take a picture with you. They recognize you."
Did you charge him for an autograph?
Of course not, dude. That's so stupid. No, I would never do that. So anyways, he comes right when my kid says that, here comes the door open with a kid with a phone. He goes, "Is this you? Are you the CEO of Axe?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. It's whatever, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "Can I get a picture with you?" I was like, "Yeah, of course, dude. It's cool, I'm always like really like weirded out in those moments. Like, I don't know what to think, And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, obviously crypto, I would never get recognized really outside of like a
crypto convention.
But usually when I go out of town, I usually get recognized once or twice. And some people, sometimes they'll even like send me a message on TikTok like, "Hey, I saw you at the airport, but I didn't want to come say something to you," or whatever. They'll make a comment. And it's just so funny, like, for these kids on TikTok, we know TikTok's a lot of kids, and a lot of my demographic is, like, kids 13, 14 that like sports and, like stories.
That
and
want to learn about the dark web.
Learn about the dark web, exactly. So they think that I'm some kind of celebrity, and I'm just like, I'm just a person. Like, no, please don't ever make a big deal about coming and taking a picture with me. And it really, like, made me think, like, that's got to be how real celebrities feel, too.
Yeah.
I've
never been a starstruck person. I lived in New York City. You would see celebrities every single day. If I go out to LA, like, I don't care. I'm just walking around, because I feel that same way. They're just people. They happen to have a gift at acting or whatever that they do, music, and that's put them on that platform, and that's why people recognize them. Good for them. That's great. I don't get starstruck. I think that there's probably like a few people that I may get starstruck if I saw them, like back in the day.
Zach Morris?
Jenny McCarthy.
Okay, back in the day. Now, I don't know. Jenny McCarthy, she's out there.
I think after the whole Jim Carrey marriage.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all go back and we say, like, there's definitely people. I love Saved by the Bell growing up. If I saw some of the Saved by the Bell people out, like, that would be cool.
Oh, what about when you were younger, Topanga?
Ooh, Topanga. Did you know Topanga had 3 different dads on the show?
Really?
It's continuity error. I watched a whole YouTube video about it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Was it like stepdads, or was it just
No, it's supposed to be dad. She had different, like, dads, brother. Like, the Topanga family was inconsistent on every episode they ever were featured on. Pretty interesting. You would have never noticed.
I would have never even known that.
Never known it. Apparently, Boy Meets World had more continuity errors in it than any show in history.
Really?
Yeah, pretty interesting. Other than maybe Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where they changed the mom in the middle of the show. You remember that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
yeah. But let's wrap it back around here to real celebrities. Who do you? I think we may agree here, so we may not even have an answer here. Like, we may not have different answers. I might try to come up with a different one. But who would you say is our number one crypto ambassador when it comes to celebrities? And we're not talking about crypto celebrities. We're talking about real, actual celebrities.
Ooh, the number one. I mean, you got John McAfee. I mean, he's
John McAfee's not.
Okay, let me take that back, because we know how we both feel about this. I don't know.
I think you're going to agree with Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh yeah, or Chris Humphries.
Well,
he's kind of out of the limelight. I think he's like a coach now or something.
I'm not sure. I don't even know anymore. He's played for the Hawks, hometown Atlanta Hawks. But yeah, I definitely am going Spencer Dinwiddie.
That's a good point.
Because Spencer Dinwiddie is someone who actually owns crypto and is into crypto. Like, he's not just, I bought some Bitcoin. Like, he's into Ethereum. He's tokenizing that contract. He's been part of crypto celebrity tournaments. Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy is in crypto, and I think, I don't know of another celebrity that's into crypto like that. That's actually, like, comes and visits crypto Twitter. I mean, we have Dave Portnoy now, but I don't know, that last is new. We know with Spencer Dinwiddie, this is a guy who really believes in the idea of cryptocurrency.
Oh, and you also got the Russell, the lineman from the Chargers.
Russell Okung.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much from him lately. Have you?
A little bit here and there. Not much. I mean, obviously, if he's starting a season, he might be a little busy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely go Spencer over Russell Okung, but Russell Okung is another And there's, I think Matt Barkley is also in crypto.
Okay, well, I know Russell used to do a lot of the stuff. Like he would do some of the meetup events in California with some of the people.
That was back when you could see each other in person.
When you could. Oh, one other celebrity. This is probably one that most people don't know about. I know about this one because this could have been on one of my stories of getting toasted in crypto.
Oh, Brenna Sparks.
No. Ooh.
Sorry, Brenna. We love you.
We love you.
Not like that though.
Dean Cain, Superman.
Oh, that's right.
So many years ago, I invested in a project called Life Token. Ooh. And it was all about philanthropy, and it was all about doing good. And I was like, this is it. This is the first one I'd heard of it. I was doing some research. Sub-penny, I'm like, this is my retirement. Moon, here we go. So Dean Cain is their spokesman. He's on like MSNBC Money, Talks, or not TED Talks or whatever. He's on all those money shows. And he's promoting this.
Dean Cain, Superman.
That was one of my big loss exit scams. They just straight up exit scammed like last year or this year.
Ooh, death token.
Death. Not life, death.
Yeah.
But Dean Cain, you'd think Superman would have a little more integrity.
Yeah, you would think. What was the name? Lois and Clark. That was the name of the show that he was on. Yeah, he's a big conservative guy. He's on Fox News and all that stuff from time to time. But pretty interesting, definitely the whole talk, celebrities in crypto. Well, it's been a good episode.
I had a good time.
I mean, we always have a good time when we're here in person.
Oh, man, this is great.
Man, I hate those old episodes.
Just burn them.
Burn them. Let's burn all the... This is episode 1 of the... Or episode 4 or 5 or 3. We don't even know what order we're putting them out. Okay. This is an episode of Beards and Bitcoins, and we're glad you joined us. We talk celebrities. Now, one day... I mean, I know I'm not a celebrity now, but, I mean, one day... because of the podcast, I mean, J Chains and BitBoy, we're going to be known everywhere. We're going to have billboards, everything.
Ooh,
so
that'll be fun.
Yeah, so one day you guys can look back on this episode, like, remember when they talked about celebrities before they were celebrities?
This is like the Michael Jordan rookie card.
This is Prism, Upper Deck, MJ.
Hardwood series with a little bit of the floor.
Ooh, a little bit of the floor, and that's right. We're going to trim off one of these egg crates behind us. Okay, trim that off and put it in the scrapbook. All right, guys, that is all we got for today. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, make sure you grow your beards and your portfolios.
We out.